Hello and welcome to day 5 of our March Madness challenge. Today we are working on rolling like a ball. We're going to do a lot of nice work and flexion of the spine and warming up the spine. As always, if anything doesn't feel comfortable on your body, please feel free to take a modification or skip that exercise. Let's get started. We're going to sit on our mat, knees bent, feet flat on the mat, heels in line with our sits bones. Comfortable sitting position here. Take the hands and place them behind the thighs. We're going to take a moment just to soften those shoulders, let everything relax. And on your next inhale, I want you to lift the sternum a little bit, lengthen through the crown of the head, and start to do a little bit of spinal extension here. And then on your exhale, we tip the tail underneath, tip the pelvis back, and round the spine. We're going to work on our hammock shape here and our C-curve shape. So a hammock exercise, C-curve of the spine. Crown of the head is reaching forward, tailbone is tucking under, belly is scooping, back ribs are expanding. Our elbows stay bent so that we can make, again, this C-curve shape. We're not leaning back really, we're just rounding the spine. My shoulders are actually staying lined up over my hips to get that nice flexion of the spine there. And then we inhale and we undo that and come back to that little bit of extension. Exhale, tuck the tail. Scoop the belly, round the back, feel the sternum pull in. So we're really hollowing the front and expanding and opening the back. And then inhale it back up. Take it again, exhale. Breathe all of your air out as you round that back, pull on the thighs with the arms. Inhale it back up. Exhale, curl pubic bone to belly button. Feel that sternum soften, rounding. I love to really think about the bones in the front of the chest and the rib cage softening and relaxing to make that rounding happen. Inhale it back up. Good, take that again, exhale round. We're working on this C-curve because we're really gonna need it when it's time to roll like a ball. One more time, exhale. And then inhale it up. Reach the arms straight out in front of you now, soften the shoulders and start that same tuck. Now we're gonna let it take us into a little bit of a roll down. We'll pause at the bottom, inhale. Again, feel that scoop. So the chest is still reaching forward while the belly really pulls back. Find that scoop and then reach it back. We're gonna be careful that we're not leaning back. We're really starting at the pelvis. Tuck that tail, find that low belly scoop. Good. Feel that back body expand, energy through the fingertips, soften that sternum, and then bring it back up. We're just gonna do one more of those and hold it. Use your exhale, find that curve. Now we're holding there, and then I want you to find the abdominals. Find the work from the center and draw the right leg up to tabletop. Inhale it down. Left leg, use the center, pull in from the belly and bring it down. Exhaling up, inhaling down, exhaling up, inhaling down. The leg lifts because you're drawing the belly button in deeper towards the spine. Good. And then the right. And then the left. Put both feet down, lift all the way up, find length through that spine in neutral, and then go ahead and exhale to roll yourself down bone by bone, one vertebra at a time. All the way down, you can walk your feet a little bit closer in towards your seat. Let's find a neutral pelvis to start. So ASIS bones, your hip points are on the same plane as your pubic bone. And then your hands come behind your head, interlacing those fingers behind your head. Let's try to soften our rib cage towards the mat as much as we can, but not forcing it down. We're just relaxing there. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. Eyes gazing towards the thighs, but keep your pelvis neutral. No curling yet. And then release it back down. We will be doing that shortly. Take it again. Your exhale curls your head, neck, and shoulders up. I like to keep the elbows just a little bit curved forward just so we engage through the serratus and connect those arms into the rib cage, but I don't want you to pull with your elbows or narrow in your chest. Stay wide through the collarbones. Lots to think about here. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. And then release. Now we're going to add the pelvic tilt as at the top. So go ahead and curl up, eyes gazing towards the thighs, stay there. Now another exhale to tip your pubic bone towards your belly button, and then inhale to release the pelvis, and then the rest of the inhale relaxes your head down. Let's try to do it all in one exhale actually. So And then breathe the rest of your air out to curl your pelvis. And then a nice long inhale to relax the pelvis back to neutral. Relax your head down. Let's take it again. Curl it up on the exhale. Finish the exhale to tip the pubic bone towards the belly button. Release the pelvis away. Release the upper body. Again, curl it up. Tip pubic bone to belly button. Tip pubic bone away. Lower the head. 2 more. Exhale up. Pubic bone to belly button. Hollow that low belly. Release back to neutral. Lower the head down. Last one. Curl it up. Tip pubic bone to belly button. Release the pelvis. Release the upper body. Beautiful. Let's let those arms rest down next to our hips. Feel the shoulder blades relax down into the mat there. Feel your collarbones nice and wide. Take an inhale, nice neutral pelvis. Exhale, float your right leg up to a tabletop position without letting the hips twist side to side. And then inhale it back down. You can put your hands on your hips if you want that kind of extra emphasis, extra attention to your pelvis. And then inhale it back down. Exhale, narrow between the hip bones to help stabilize that pelvis. Inhale it back down. Take the left, exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down, bring your right leg up, hold it up. Same engagement there. Find that narrowing of the hip bones, bring your left leg up to meet it. Our rib cage is still nice and heavy. We tap the right toes down and then bring it up and then the left. I'm going to put my arms back down, but you can either put your arms down or keep them on your hips. It's up to you. Exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, both legs at the same time. Tap those toes down just as far as you can, keeping neutral, keeping those back ribs down into the mat, keeping the pelvis neutral. Again, exhaling. We're working in the hips for sure. There's some work in the hip flexors, but I want you to also really feel the work in the center to stabilize your pelvis and stabilize your rib cage and stabilize your spine. 3 more there. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale it up. 2 more. Exhale down and up. 1 more. Hug your knees into your chest. Let your low back roll into the mat there. Give yourself a nice little rock side to side. Find neutral and keep your hands on your shins there, and we're just going to draw little circles with the legs away from each other and then back together. So the knees will come in towards the chest, open away from each other, and then back in towards the center. Just moving those thigh bones in the hip sockets, warming everything up in there. Last one. Reverse the circle, go the other way. Just a nice free, easy movement here. Try to soften the hip flexors, release any tension in your hips. 2 more circles there. 1 more. And then from there, I want you to go ahead and keep the legs all the way together. Hug those knees into the chest. Feel your hands against your shins. Think about your heels pulling towards your seat. And notice how that actually turns on the muscles of the back of the leg. We want to find that because we're going to use it when we do our rolling like a ball. So feel those legs being pulled in by your hands. Those biceps turn on a little bit. And then go ahead and curl the head, neck, and shoulders up to bring your forehead towards your knees. And then we're going to stay there and we're just going to do these little tiny rocks back and forth. We call this rolling on the ground, rocking like a ball. And I want you to start to think about, as we're doing this, keeping that connection of the heels to the seat, keeping the biceps engaged, pulling the shins towards the body, and seeing how much you can really drive the movement from the center. If you're doing it right, you should feel your abs working. The head is staying stable. I'm not tossing my head to do the movement. I'm really driving from the center. You might feel a little silly. That's okay. It's good to feel silly. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your head down. Let it go. Beautiful work. Let's place both feet down. Extend both legs long on the mat and reach your arms all the way back up and overhead. Nod your chin towards your chest and start to roll all the way up into our roll up. We're going to reach those fingertips over the toes. Feel the back body expand. And then on your next exhale, roll it down bone by bone, 1 vertebra at a time. I'm going to scoot onto my mat. Take the same thing again, chin nods in towards the chest. Exhale to curl up. Reach those fingertips over the toes. Feel the shoulder blades widen on the back. Feel those back ribs lifting and pulling back as the belly button's pulling back. Fingertips reach forward. We'll do 2 more of these. So chin to the chest. Rolling forward and up, peeling your spine off the mat. Stretching through the back of the body, rolling it down. And on the next one, we'll come up and we'll stay up. Chin nods to the chest. Roll all the way up. Reach forward over those toes, and then stack the spine up and sit up nice and tall. Really nice. Okay, so now we're gonna start to work towards our rolling like a ball position up here in a seated position before we go into the full exercise. So we've got our legs straight out in front of us, heels together, toes apart, arms reaching out in front of you. From here, we're gonna tip the tail under and do a little pelvic tilt. That's all we're gonna do to start. And then bring it back up. And then take that again, little tuck of the tail, and just doing that first part of our hammock motion that we did to start class. Tuck, and up. One more. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can actually use the muscles in the center of the body to bring the legs into position instead of just counting on our arms. So we'll do the same thing again, but now we're gonna start to bend the knees as we do it and use the abdominals to tuck the knees into the chest, and then put the feet down, lengthen out, and come all the way back up into neutral. Let's take that again. So it's a little tuck of the tail. We pull the knees in from the abdominals, keep scooping, keep lifting, and then tap the toes down, stretch them out long, and lengthen up tall. We will do that, 2 more times. Tuck the tail. Pull the knees in from the belly, use your abdominals, bring those knees to the chest, tap it down, extend, and reach it up. One more. Tuck, bring the knees in, scoop and lift, hold, and then tap it down and bring it up. I'm gonna move forward on my mat a little bit just to make sure there's room behind us. Let's make sure you have plenty of room on your mat to roll back to your shoulders. And let's start to work on our rolling like a ball. Shoulders drop down. Find that same tuck, scoop, bring the knees in, and then take your hands and place them on your shins. Soft shoulders down away from the ears. Use your hamstrings to pull your heels towards your seat. Use your biceps to pull your shins in towards your chest. Stay in that C curve, crown of the head reaching forward, tail tucked under, back ribs pulling back. I'm making the smallest little ball I possibly can. If for any reason rolling on your spine doesn't feel good for you, you can just stay in this position and take full inhales and exhales. If you are ready to roll, we will inhale to roll back onto our shoulders, not our neck, just to the shoulders. And then exhale back up, trying to maintain the shape of the ball. We're trying to really hold that tight little ball. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. Ooh, I missed that one. Inhale, exhale, drive from the center. Try not to let your toes touch the ground, and start to work on this nice feeling of suspension, like a roller coaster. Inhale, exhale, or like one of those little like pirate ship rides, you know, we've got that little swing up, hold for a moment, swing up, hold for a moment. 2 more, swing up, hold for a moment. Good. We're actually gonna keep going and we're gonna add to this. So I want you to roll back, and then as you come up, put your feet on the ground and try to come into a squat position. If that's not accessible for you, you can keep just rolling or take a little break, it's up to you. And then we're gonna take that position and we're gonna stand all the way up. Ready? We're gonna squat down, put the hips down, roll back, inhale. Come up, land on your feet, stand all the way up if that's available to you. Come back down, inhale back, press up. We'll do it again, take it down. Getting the heart rate up a little bit here. Whew. 2 more. Inhale back, exhale up. Last one. You got this. And up. And then we'll actually come all the way down, all the way back down onto the mat, and just relax for a second. Whew. Put both feet down and straighten legs and arms. Open up the body. Feels good. And then turn onto your stomach. We'll do a little bit of extension since we just did so much kind of curled up into flexion here to finish our workout today. So you're laying yourself down. Hands are coming next to the shoulders. Elbows are drawing back in towards each other behind your shoulder blades. And then you reach the crown of the head forward and up.
pressing the pubic bone down into the mat and pressing up into a baby tiny little bit of extension for now, and then release it back down.
Let's take that again.
Reach the sternum forward and up as those elbows pull back to lift. And then let's release it back down. Again, and then you can start to extend the arms a little bit more and press up to more extension if that feels good for you today. If not, no worries. Take what feels good for you.
2 more.
Breathe. And down.
1 more like that. Reach it up.
And forward. And stretch. And then releasing it back down. And then let's sit our hips back onto our heels. Stretch the arms straight out in front of us.
Forehead on the mat. Take a couple breaths. And again. And breathe. Last one. Nice work. Thank you so much for showing up today. I will see you tomorrow for day 6. Have a great day.